Hey, hey, hey. Welcome, my lovelies. Thank you guys so much for tuning into the channel. So it is Valentine's Day, y'all. Happy Valentine's Day. It is February 14th, 2020, and we are vibrating on the number 2 today, which is really a good number to be vibrating on today, y'all, because today is all about love, right? At least that's what they tell us in the collective today. Valentine's Day is all about love, right? So, y'all know how we do. Welcome to the Daily Vibration. Today is February 14th, 2020, and we are vibrating on the number 2 today, okay? Now, before we jump into the breakdown of the vibration, if you're tuning in via YouTube, welcome. If you're tuning in via my podcast, welcome. Thank you guys for taking the time out to listen to the Daily Vibrations, okay? Now, I want to remind you guys about intuitive energy because we start all of these vibrations talking about intuition to let you know that your intuition is equal to opportunities, and that is available to you all day, every day. It's really your choice as to whether or not you are tapping in and being open to the wonderful opportunities that's available to you. And opportunities can come in many different forms. They can come in the form of growth. They can come in the form of love. They can come in the form of support. So whatever you need can be available to you if you are open to trusting your intuitive nature. Okay. Now, I want to remind you guys that these daily vibrations, they are uploaded every day around 12:15 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can either find them here on YouTube or you can find them on my podcast if you are streaming via my podcast. Also, if you are tuning in via YouTube, check out the description box for all of the monthly specials, including the next meditation, which is going to be on the 23rd for the new moon. Okay, so you guys can definitely submit your $20 donation. Make sure to include your email address so you can get the private link. Okay, we do Reiki energy healing there. We tap into speaking with our guides, our ancestors. It's all about releasing and setting our intentions within the collective energy that planetary body is given out to the collective at that moment. Okay, so with that being said, join us if you would like. Check out the description box below, my lovelies. If you are tuning in via my podcast, I will make sure that I give you the information on how to contact me and where you can make your donations at the end of the segment. Okay. So let's jump into it. It's Valentine's Day, and we're going to be talking about love today a little bit, obviously, because it's Valentine's Day in the collective, but we're also going to be talking about the victim mentality when it comes to love. Okay. So I have now given myself a new challenge. And my new challenge now is maybe not being so sensitive to my baby, aka my channel, and maybe not responding or giving certain things so much energy, because I do get comments and I do get emails, and I may not always be able to respond or like every comment, but I do try to at least read and preview the comments as they come in. Now, with that being said, one of the comments that came in was in particular, I think, to yesterday's vibration where I talked about mental black magic and breaking down exactly how someone can mentally project a lot of negative energy towards you. And the more people they gain that same consensus of energy that they're projecting, so the more people that they get to agree with that energy, the more intense that energy can be for you. This is why you can feel people pulling at you. Okay, this is why you can feel like you can't shake someone, right? And I talked about how you can do certain things to kind of shake yourself off of that, but I also talked about you understanding your spiritual sovereignty and understanding that you have the power within yourself to overcome anything. And you have the power within yourself to shut down anything, and you also have the power within yourself where there's no one that can hurt you from a spiritual standpoint of view, right? If you do not want them to, you have that power within you. Is it like a muscle that you may have to grow, like working it out and exercising it? Yes, it is like a muscle, right? and you will have to, work out, and it will have to grow, right? However, you need to be mindful that it is still there for you to have, okay? Not because you don't see muscles mean muscles are not existed, right? That they're not in your body. They just need to be defined, okay? So it's the same thing with your spiritual sovereignty. It is available to you. You can practice it. You can definitely master it, and you can use it, and you can will its power. Yes, you absolutely can. So I stand by my statement that no one has the power to hurt you, okay? Once you've learned your spiritual powers and how you can utilize them, you can then retain your own power, and no one can hurt you unless you give them permission to do so. Does that mean that you're not going to have to go through fuckery? No, that's not what that means. Does that mean that you're not going to ever experience people that are lower vibrational? No, that does not mean. What that means is you become a master alchemist, which means that what someone made for your bad or to negatively hurt you is now meant for your good. You can use that for your good and for your own empowerment, okay? So yes, you do have to become a master self-alchemist, right? To be able to change things from they are into what you want them to be. All right. So yeah, you're going to have to do some work. Okay. However, I stand by my statement. Okay. When you understand your power and you understand how powerful you are as an individual, and you understand your spiritual sovereignty, you understand that you can move mountains, and you understand that no weapon, okay, no power, okay, formed against you shall prosper. And that's real talk. Okay. So, you need to embrace that, accept that, which leads me today into how we can get caught up in a victim mentality, okay? And this is just not, this is me, this is everybody. It's any given point in time as an individual, you can get caught up into the victim mentality, or you can get caught up into generational curses, right? Or you can get caught up into not being worthy, or you can get caught up into this is just what happens in the family, or this is what happens in the culture. It's a culture thing, right? Now, but we're really going to be talking about the personal victim mentality. I'm not even going to go off into all of the other aspects, right? But we're going to really talk about your personal relationship that you may be connected to a victim mentality and you don't even know it. Okay. Like I said, this is something that I personally have had to walk through. This is something that I personally still have to go in and take inventory to make sure that I'm still not operating at certain points of my life in this mentality. Okay. Now, anybody that knows me knows one of the best ways to get me to do anything, okay, is to, oh, I'm so sorry, my loves. We're going to have to recap because my alarm went off and it stopped the pre-recording. Okay, so we're just going to start over. Once again, welcome. If you're tuning in via my podcast, welcome. We got disconnected, and I don't know how much information we lost in the transition from the podcast and the YouTube, because I just gave a whole bunch of information on the YouTube and my podcast listeners. So you may want to watch the full segment via YouTube if you get a chance. Also, you can find me on YouTube via the number 4 Your Inner Voice. The same way my podcast is spelt is the same way you can find me on YouTube. So welcome once again. If you're tuning in via the podcast, you guys can definitely catch the whole segment once again on YouTube. So we're doing a daily vibration today for February 14th, 2020, and it is Valentine's Day. So we're talking about the victim mentality today, and we're talking about how it's easy for you as an individual to get stuck in the victim mentality. It's easy for you to get stuck in thinking that you're a victim, okay? I explained a few minutes ago that it's also a muscle within yourself that you would have to build to gain self-mastery and becoming a self-alchemist, right? There is work that will need to be done. There is work that you can do to operate in your spiritual sovereignty and owning your I am power and owning the fact that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, okay? And that's just real talk, all right? So my podcast, subbies, you definitely want to check it out on YouTube so you can catch that whole beginning segment in the entirety. I do apologize that I did not even notice that all of that was not captured. I want to make sure that I get in the daily vibration for today. As well as your love cards for today, because today we're pulling love cards. Okay, we're gonna pull love cards today for my wonderful sign. So recapping, victim mentality is something that you can operate in and not even know that this is something that you're operating in. Okay, perfect example. Let me give you a perfect example of being a victim mentality. And I think I said that when you operate in the consensus of nothing good ever happens for me, or this is what happens in the family, or this is just a generational curse, or this is just a cultural thing, right? You are still locking in yourself to different thought patterns that can not be conducive to what you want to manifest or where you're trying to go in your life. Okay. So you want to be mindful to that. All right. There's some people that you have to be careful of the woe is me attitude. Okay, you have to be careful not to give your power away, and we can sometimes give our power away emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically. Okay, so understand that sometimes you really need to go in and tap into yourself to see if there's anything within you that needs healing and wholeness. All right, now let me give you an example. All right, if you are dating someone and this person is constantly telling you, right, that you're not pretty enough, that you're not worthy enough, and that you're not good enough, right, but you keep accepting that over and over and over and over again, that becomes into a place where you're now could be considered that you're in a mental or emotional abusive relationship, right? Then you find yourself leaving that relationship, right? Not doing the work, not doing the healing, not looking at any reflections of maybe anything that you may need to take those broken pieces and make a mosaic masterpiece of, right? You just move on right into another relationship without doing the healing. And then you're still getting treated, not so nicely. You're still being put down. You're still not being honored. You're still not being taken care of. You still don't feel like you're being loved, right? You're going through all of these different experiences that you would have went through in that last relationship with just a different face, right? But over here now, you're the victim. Yes, you are. And this is not to condone anything that anyone has done. This is for me to get you to see where you may need to pause, heal before you move into a new situation where you can continue in that victim mentality. Because you may not have taken the time to heal, because you may not have taken the time for you to forgive, not just other people, but yourself. I don't think people understand how important it is for us to forgive ourselves, okay? Because if you don't forgive yourself, you then run the potentiality for you to get involved into a different relationship, but similar experiences, okay? Because you have not taken the time to heal from what you've been through, all right? So one of the ways for you to get out of a victim mentality is for you to pause and to do the healing that you need, okay? If you find that you have a woe is me attitude, I'm gonna be real and honest with you. Y'all come to this channel and I do real and I do honesty. If everything that comes out of your mouth is their fault, they did this, they did that, right? And you are not owning your part in anything. You are not owning that they were red flags. You are not owning that you may have been insecure. You may not owning that there could have been some things in your family, and family generational things that wasn't healed, that you move forward when maybe I should heal some shit. If you are not being honest with yourself, right? Come on now. If you are not being honest with yourself, guess what's going to keep happening? Right? You're going to keep having similar experiences that's validating, right? That negative thinking and that negative conversation that you're having with yourself about love and about these relationships that you're in, okay? It is important for you to understand that you need to own your role in relationships and not just forgive other people, but forgive yourself. That's important, okay? Forgive yourself. Okay, sometimes it just got to be, oh my God, that motherfucker caught me at a weak point in my life. Girl, what was you thinking? That sometimes as simple as that. Sometimes it's like, okay, girl, what is with you? Why you feel like you can't be without a man? That might be something that you need to be healed from that's been in the family for generations. Okay, so it's important for you to understand if you don't take the time for you to heal after trauma, After brokenness, you run the risk of repeating a victim mentality and getting involved in a new relationship with a different face, but experiencing similar experiences of hurt, pain, rejection, unworthiness, selfishness. Okay? It's important for you to understand that you do have the power to break the victim mentality. And I'm not telling you guys anything that I personally have not had to experience, okay? I've been molested, I've been cheated on, I've been punched in the face and had my the bone under my eye broken, swollen eye. You understand what I'm saying? Single mother. Like, there's not an experience that I may not be able to relate to on a deeper level of trauma. I know what it feels like to be broken down into pieces. I remember being in a place where my ass couldn't walk. My heart was so broken I had to drag myself off of the bed and drag my ass to the kitchen. The days I remember having to get up, and the only thing that would get me up is because I had to feed and take care of my kids. So I remember what it feels like to be molested and think that you're not worthy of love because you're contaminated. I know what it feels like to be molested and feel like you can't be with a man unless you know he loves you because you question every man. I know what that feels like. I didn't go the promiscuous way because I got married, because there are also some women that feels like they gotta fuck a man before the man fucks them because of your past being taken advantage of by people, being molested by people and being taken advantage of emotionally by family members, by friends or family members, because you were in a generation, once again, where people may not have taken ownership because they didn't know how. So it's not about blaming anybody, right? It's about knowing that you don't have to be stuck in a victim mentality if you take the time to heal, if you take the time to love you, right? What you require from another, sweetie, you first have to give to yourself, okay? First have to give that to yourself. Now we're going to jump into this today. So we're talking about love today. And we're going to be real with ourselves today. And we pull in one card. Okay, one card. And whether you're single or whether you are in a relationship, I really want you to think about the message from these one cards. Okay, so let's start off with Aquarius. Okay, all right, Aquarius, today your love message is to let go of control issues. Let go of control issues, Aquarius. That is whether or not you're in a single relationship or if you are in a relationship. Code today, Valentine's Day. Let go of control issues, okay? Gemini, your message today is calling in your soulmate, okay? Now, if you're in a relationship and there's some things going on, my wonderful Gemini, you need to bring that frequency back up within yourself so you and your soulmate, if you feel like this is your soulmate, can come back to a place of oneness and cohesiveness, okay? Today, we're vibrating on number 2. Love is in the ear. Balance and harmony is in the ear. Partnerships and relationships are in the ear, okay? But unloving energy is also in the ear, so be mindful of that, Geminis. Libra, today your message is stay optimistic about your love life, and that works whether you're single or whether you're in a relationship, honey, okay? Earth signs, Taurus, today pay attention to yourself because financial issues could be affecting your career today, okay? So, could be affecting your love life today. So some of you may feel like financially you don't have it to give to your loved one today, right? Be creative. Sometimes love is not about how much money you got in the bank or what you can do. So be creative with your shit, okay? Write a poem or something, sing a song, do something creative. Sometimes you got to spend money to let people know you love them, honey, okay? Virgos, passion is your code word today on Valentine's Day, okay? Ignite that passion, whether you're single or not. Go spend some quality time with yourself, okay? All right, Capricorns, all right? You guys have attraction today, all right, Capricorns? Know what you put out is what you get back, Capricorns, all right? Know what you put out is what you get back, all right? If you're rocking with love today, love can be returned to you regardless of how it comes in. Just be open to it, okay? Leos, with my fire signs, let your friends help you today, okay? Be open to advice, especially if you feel like you're in a, any conflict with your loved one today, and it's Valentine's Day. So allow your friends to give you that friendly, positive advice, okay? Sagittarius, all right. Heart-to-heart conversations may be required today for you and your loved ones, so you do need to be mindful of that, okay? Aries, today, very soon, all right? You need to clearly decide what you want in love and watch it comes to you once you've made that decision. Whether single or not, that's your message, okay? Water signs, Cancers, you guys have new love coming in today. And whether you're single or in a relationship, new love can always be rebirthed in a ongoing monogamous relationship, or shit, even if you ain't monogamous, new love can be rebirthed in any relationship, okay? Scorpios, today your message is healing family issues, okay? So today, allow the love that's coming in with Valentine's Day to be open and up whatever issues needs to be healed family-wise. Remember, we just talked about victim mentality, and if that's something that needs to be healed to be able to be operating in a conducive, loving environment to get you what you desire to be expressed in this world, come on now, all right? Let those issues be healed, all right, my loves? Okay, Pisces, your love message today is pay attention to red flags today, honey, okay? And this is single or in a relationship. This does not necessarily mean that it could be negative red flags. This could be a red flag that you are not doing what you need to do on your love game, okay? But this can also be a sign of caution, that there are some things within the relationship that you need to pay attention to, okay? So trust your intuition, my wonderful Pisces, when it comes to paying attention to the red flags on this Valentine's Day, okay? I hope this was helpful, guys. Remember, victim mentality, okay? We don't have to operate in that, okay? We do not have to operate in that. I too have been through some things, and if I can get over and get to where I am now and still be positive, still be loved, and still be fulfilled, you can too. Is it easy? No. Do you have to do some work? Hell to the year. Do you have to build that muscle? Yes, you do. Okay. All right, my love. So check out the description box below if you're tuning in via YouTube. Okay. If you need to email me or PayPal me your donation for the new moon meditation, you guys can email me, and my PayPal address is the same also, which is the number 4 yourinnervoice@gmail.com. Once again, email and PayPal is the same. The number 4 yourinnervoice@gmail.com. Also, if you prefer to cash at me, you can do so at $KIMOY106. Once again, that's $KIMOY106. All right, bye, my loves, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, guys. Happy Valentine's Day. Uh-oh.